And now you're recording on this.
Okay. Good evening and welcome to the Medical Tai Chi Meetup Group. We had to cancel last week's session. We had some inclement weather, some freezing rain, and dangerous driving conditions. But we're back. Glad you guys can make it back. Those who are watching on the internet, I've been getting some feedback from people on the internet. It's kind of weird to me, Folks say, hey, I've been watching you. And I said, what do you mean you've been watching me? Yeah. I feel weird now. Folks can, hey, I watched you. I've been watching you. Okay. So, I want to welcome you guys back. I know you missed us last week, but we're back. And the last time we got together, I promised that we were going to start doing some boggling, which is the circle walking meditations. So, we're going to get started with that this week. We're going to try and cover almost all new material. If we have some time left toward the end, we'll review the first third of the Yang Chen Fu form or the Yang style form. Remember, Yang Chen Fu, the form is about 300 moves, and it's divided into 3 sections. And each section moves the chi through your body one time. So when you do all 3 together, the chi will actually move through your entire body, through all your internal organs 3 times. And we know that the chi automatically moves through your body at least once every 24-hour period. So by doing Tai Chi, you get this life-nourishing energy 4 times in a day as opposed to only 1. And that's why it has healing power. Because you're just supercharging yourself with the life force. And as I always say, Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, God formed man out of the dust of the ground and blew in the breath of life, and then man became a living soul. And that's the Ruach, the divine breath. That's what we're manipulating here, the divine breath that God has given us to recharge us, to energize us, the Ruach HaKodesh. And so the Chinese have perfected it to a science. And so just because they're Chinese and just because it works doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. As I said, as Western civilization forgot to steal it, and then they found out it really worked. And so they came back and said it was demonic, because they forgot to steal it. So it's not demonic. It's actually very biblical, and it's good for you. Okay? Now, remember your basic Qigong. While you're learning the form, you don't do the moves that perfectly. And so you don't get the full benefit of the Qi moving freely through the body. So in order to make up for that, we have a basic Qigong exercise that you want to do before you practice. And we've gone over it several times. I want to review it here quickly. Remember, we put our heels together. Then we do bozo feet, as I like to say. Then we go pigeon toe, and that's our stance. And that should put us right at shoulder width. Okay? Heels together, all right? Bozo feet, heels together, bozo feet, and then pigeon toe out. And your feet should be right there at shoulder width. Remember, we scrunch our toes under just a little. We don't try to rip up the carpet, just gently, because we want to expose that bottom kidney 1 pressure point called the bubbling well point right here, kidney 1. And it's a real important point. And by scrunching over, you elevate, your feet a little bit so you can suck in the chi up under that. And that sends chi all the way up the body. So we check our stance from the floor all the way up. Okay, we do our bozo feet, then we pigeon toe out, then we curl our toes under slightly, and we bend our knees just so they're over our big toe. Now you really can't see that. So the way to do that, remember, is to get a broomstick, put it right there by, in front of your big toe, and bend your knees until it touches the broomstick. And that's how you know you have a perfect. I've been doing it so long I can feel where I'm at. So we get a shoulder width stance, curl our toes under, bend our knees slightly till they're over our big toe. Okay, so we're doing this from the floor up, from the head, from the feet to the knees. Now we get to the hips, and we want to tuck our hips in. Remember, what did I call that? Anybody remember?
Push tish.
Huh?
The tish push.
Almost. We want to do an Elvis.
Oh yeah.
We do the Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, we go from bozo feet to bent knees, to the Elvis. Okay, and what that is, what you're doing, you're rounding, you're taking the natural S curve out of your back and flattening your back. Just like that. Just a little bit of Elvis, like that. And your shoulders are going to be, you have a concave chest. You're not like a soldier like this. You're like a concave chest. Your head is straight. You don't want your chin up in the air like that. You don't want it bent down like this. You don't stick it out like that. Just natural and in and level, very natural. Doing the Elvis there. Okay. Knees are slightly bent. Toes are scrunched under just a little. All right. Now we're going to do the shoulders. All right. Remember, we want a fist distance up under our arms called a quad. And we hold our hands out. Remember, we want to tile the hand, the palm.
Mm-hmm.
The natural cascading of the fingers. The baby finger, the ring finger, the middle finger, and the index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. The thumb, remember, we don't want it like that. We want a straight line of skin in there. We hold it out here. Remember, our hands are not like this. We make that circle there. Have our arms out here. All right. And remember, we should do this you can do it as long as you want, but you should do this for at least 15 minutes. The first 10 minutes with your hands up, the last 5 with your hands down here. What you want to remember is that don't put it down here, put it out here. Don't, just out, down this way. Still keeping that quad up under your arms. Okay? Now, relax a second. What you want to do, whatever time you do up, you do, if you're going to do, say, 30 minutes. Okay? You would do 20 minutes with your hands here, and then 10 minutes here. So you do 1/3 the time, down. So whatever time you pick that you're going to go for, divided by 3, and do 2/3 of it high and 1/3 low. Now, if you, we're going to start, next week we're going to do these meditations. And, we don't have time to really get, do them all, but what we'll do at least to start off the class, we'll do, say, 2 minutes here, and 1 minute here. So you at least get some used to it. Okay? Just over there. Up. Turn up here. Okay. Mhm. All right. That towel palm, get that thumb there. Okay. Right there. Bend the knees just a little. Don't bend your knees too much because you don't want to hurt your knees. Okay. All right. Right here. Okay. Sort of. Don't bend your palm. No bend at the wrist.
Oh.
Okay. Just like that. The hand, the wrists are straight. Okay. The wrists are straight. Hand, arms out, like a little chicken wing there. About shoulder. Now, the last thing you have to do, put your tongue at the roof of your mouth.
Bless you.
Okay? Tongue at the roof of your mouth. Okay? Well, let me do that. You just said, okay? Bring it back. Straight. Okay? A little bit. Okay, and the first one. Okay. Tongue at the roof of your mouth. Breathe in and out your nose. You don't expand the chest at all. Just the stomach, in and out. Okay? Now, let's say you've done your 10 minutes up, you finished with your 5 minutes here, and it's time to stop. What you will do is bring the hands out, breathe. So here you breathe in, out, put your hands behind your back. Now, you're supposed to cross, if you're a guy, you cross your right wrist. Good. Okay. You cross your right wrist over your left wrist, right on top of left. Females will put the left on top of the right. Now, I proved to you that it is anatomically, huh? No, I'm doing as if it's from the back. If my hands were behind me, it would be on top like
And
that.
for the guys, the right is on to the left, and for the girls, the left is over the right.
Right.
Correct.
If I had my hands behind me now, this right would be on top of this left. Only reason why, like I said last time I showed you this, we proved that my wrist, I can't do it. So I put just my right palm across, backhand across my left palm. If you like me, it just won't go. Remember I had Lizzie try to pull my arm over. And maybe if I lose another 50 pounds, maybe I'll be able to cross that over or something. And so guys will be right over left. Guys will be right over left. Girls will be left over right. As far as you can go. If you can cross those wrists, more power to you. If you can't, just put your palm in palm, Okay. When we do that, all right, we shift our weight to the right, bring our left foot together, knees slightly bent, and we do 5, we do a total of 10, 5 on each leg, up. Keep stepping up, not even have to wear these, it's a little too long. Again, we step up, breathe down, breathe down, breathe out. Again, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're through. So that's the basic Qigong. Go through it one more time. Put our heels together, bozo feet, pigeon toe, curl up your toes under, bend your knees, tuck your bottom under, do the Elvis, tuck your bottom under, raise your arms. Remember, we want one line of skin between the thumb and the forefinger there, the index finger. Okay? Remember that, the quad up under the arms there? Put our tongue at the roof of the mouth. We look straight ahead. Breathe in and out our nose, only expanding the abdomen. Let's say we've done 10 minutes. Just slowly lower. Do 5 minutes here. Say we're through. Come up, breathe in. Breathe out. Put our hands behind our back. Right over left for guys. Left over right for females. Bring your feet together. When you raise that leg up, we're going to do a total of 10, 5 on each one. You kind of have been, it's like a raise. You just don't go, like you're marching in place. You kind of straighten it out and then come up to that. Straight, or slightly bent, and then that. And as your balance gets better, you do it slower. Breathe it in and out. I practice this most of my balance. Then when you're through, when you get to the 10th one, just you're done. Okay, that's the basic Qigong. Okay. And you want to do that for at least 15 minutes. 10 up, 5 down. Start off with a minute. Okay? Do a total of 3 minutes. Do 2 minutes up and 1 minute down. And as everybody should be able to do 3 minutes. Then as time goes on, maybe do 6 minutes. Do 4 up and 2 down. And then, just keep increasing it however, you want to do it. Just remember to do 2/3 of the time up, 1/3 of the time down. And finish, with the 10. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay? All right, now, you can take a seat for a little bit. Want to start on the Bagua. Bagua, the traditional Bagua has what they call 8 palm changes. Since I'm a grandmasters usually customize things to their own style many times. I don't like just having 8 palm changes, so I've added 2 more for a total of 10 for spiritual reasons. 10 is a number of completion, and I prefer to have 10 as opposed to only 8. The 8 is based on another religious system, so I like my numbering system a little better because it's based on my philosophy. The basic 8 palm changes. Okay. Go. If you ever go someplace else and you say, "Oh, I do 10 palm changes," you go, "Huh?" Just so you know, traditionally, a lot of other places that are just secular in teaching do 8, but actually this was part of a very complex religious system and worldview of philosophy. Very complex. The Taoist system. The first, the stance is similar to do, you have to do the Qigong, also for the Bagua form, just like we do the Qigong for the Tai Chi form. And so you do them, there are 8, well, you know, we're going to do 10. You're supposed to do each one for 5 minutes. You can do them as long as you like, longer, shorter, as long as you do each one for the same amount of time. So the first one, the first palm change is called heaven palm. Your feet are slightly wider than shoulder width. Okay? A little wider than shoulder width just on this one. Still bend the knees, just till they're over the toes. You can use that same broomstick to get the same stance. You do the Elvis with your pelvis again, just like you did before. The tongue will be at the roof of your mouth. You know, your head will be in the same position, but your arms are going to be, it doesn't, you know, completely different position. With the basic Qigong, you don't think of anything. You just breathe in and out. If you want to, you can, when you're breathing in, you can believe that you're sucking chi up through between at a point called CV1, receptive vessel 1, which is just between your anus and your sexual organs, and then it's coming all the way up your back, up your spine, all the way up your head, comes down, and that's the reason why you have your tongue at the roof of your mouth, to make that, it connects and flows anyway, but you put the tongue at the roof of the mouth when you're doing Qigong to make a stronger connection. Then it runs down, back, down here front, and back again. So breathing in, it goes, breathing out, you know, well, breathing in, it comes up, breathing out, it drops back down and out, then you breathe in, goes, you know, so you're in that loop. But you don't think of anything, generally, in the beginning when you're doing the basic Qigong. No thought. A little different with the Bagua. The first palms, well, let me tell you something about the palm. And we had a naturally relaxed hand with the towel palm, with, you know, that line of skin here in the thumb. With Bagua, there's tension. The fingers are as far apart as you can get them. You still have that one line between, you know, the index finger and the thumb, and the palm is concave somewhat, but the fingers have tension in them. The first palm, or they call them palm changes. The first palm change number 1, is called heaven palms. Notice you don't worry about a quad. It's almost, you know, this right here in front of the body, called heaven palms. You breathe in your nose, out your nose, only expanding the diaphragm as usual, just like in the basic. But you imagine that chi, or energy, is coming into your palms, down your arms, up your shoulders. This one is for the head, and that is going into your head. And when you breathe out, you send chi out of your palms and fingers, out to infinity. When you breathe in, imagine that you're just sucking in energy in through your fingers, your palms, your arms, your shoulders, up to your head. And this one is for the head, for the brain, and the, you know, the tissue, all in your head. Next, okay, you do this for 5 minutes. Well, first you start here. Okay. As you breathe in, when you breathe out, come here. Then you'll start your regular breathing in your nose and out your nose. imagining that you're sucking in chi on the in breath and blowing out chi into infinity on the out breath. So stay here 5 minutes, then you'll come back and down, breathe in and out. As you breathe out, you come out to what's called earth palm. Earth palm. Almost like the zombie walk, Frankenstein. Earth palm. Arms are slightly bent here. Still sucking in chi through the arms. This is the second palm change. This is for the left side of the stomach, for the spleen and the gallbladder. So you imagine you're sucking on the in breath, you're sucking in chi through the arms and down to the left side. Your eyes are open, because this is a martial type of meditation. And this helps nourish if you're having problems with your spleen, your gallbladder, your pancreas. This particular meditation will help them. Okay? Now, done 5 minutes, bring the hands back down. Okay. We've done heaven palms. We did earth palm, heaven palms for the head, earth palms for the left side of the stomach. The third palm change is called fire palm. Straight out. Fire palm is for your eyes. Sucking the chi in through the fingertips, into the palms, into the arms, up the shoulders, and into the eyeballs. You breathe out, you're projecting it out. 5 minutes have gone by, the hands back down. So we've done earth, we've done heaven, earth, fire. The fourth is almost like the basic one. The fourth is called thunder, thunder palms. Come up. It's not quite like, heaven palms is palms up. Okay? Thunder palms is like you're hugging a tree. The basic Qigong, you would have those at an angle. So it's a little different. It's like hugging a tree. And this is thunder palms. Same principle. Sucking the chi in through the fingertips and palms and arms. Coming down to the center of the stomach. This is for the center of your stomach. The intestines, the stomach. Okay? Thunder palms. Come back. Down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next is come up. Stick your hand straight out. This is called wind palms. Wind palms. This is for the first 5 lumbar vertebrae. The first 5 lumbar vertebrae. So you're sucking in through the fingers, into the arms, down your back, into your lower back. About that portion of your back. The first 5. There's 7 back there. This is for the first 5. You have that tucked in. Come back. You finish. Number 6 is called water palms. And here you breathe in. You're breathing out. Here. It's just like thunder palms, but it's down here. This is called water palms. Number 6, water palms. And this is for the kidneys. Water palms. Come back. Hands down. Breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe out, the next one, come up. And now it's just like the fingertips are straight up in the air. Still, remember, you're making that big wide thing straight out. Okay? This is called mountain palms. You can actually feel where this, if you're actually doing it, you can actually feel where this is working. This is for your neck. Mountain palms. Come back. That was number 7. Hands here again. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, that was number 7. Next is called, this is the hard one to do, it's called cloud palms. And this is for the right side of the stomach, for the liver, the right side. Here, you come up, put both of your hands together. You bend over a little bit with this one. You bend over a little, and you hold that. Hard to do. Hold that for 5 minutes. And that's for the right side of the stomach. Okay? Those are the 8 basic palm changes. I've added 2 more. The 9th one, called bear palms, or bear comes down from the mountain. You just keep them right here. Right there. The next one is called open sky or big sky palm. And you just come up, out like that. You don't want it in front like this. You want it out even to the point where you feel your shoulder blades, a little tension back there. Bear palms is also for your stomach, for the general stomach area. This works on the general stomach area. Big sky palms, chest, lungs, and even the vertebrae between the shoulder blades up to your neck. That's why you want to open up the chest, and you're getting chi from the fingertips into your arms and shoulders, running, it's electricity that's running into your chest and heart, and also, just this whole area, front and back, you're expanding the chest, and, that means when you do that to here, you can feel it in the shoulder blades, so it's working on those vertebrae in there. And these will generate those internal organs that I just gave. We have, so run through it again. We have heaven, we have earth, we have fire, we have thunder. Okay, after thunder, the 5th palm, we have wind, we have water, we have mountain, and then the 8th, cloud. 9th, bear. 10th, big sky or open sky. Okay, let's get up and try that. Let's try to give you some muscle memory with this, so that you'll remember it. Okay, now, feet slightly wider than shoulder width this time, a little wider than the last time. Okay. Yeah, you still do the pigeon toe, just slightly pigeon toe straight ahead. Okay. Yeah, you do everything that you do in the basic, except your feet are slightly wider than shoulder width, exactly the same, except your feet are a little wider. Okay, start here. Remember, this is called yang hand, so you want to open up the hands, get the fingers as far apart as possible, get that one line of skin between the thumb, and then yang. This is yang hand, this is yin. Okay? It moves when we do the Tai Chi. You move from yang to yin and back and forth. Okay. All right, here, the first one, all together. What's the first one? Heaven palm. Palm up. Okay. Heaven palm. Do this about chin level. You know, a little higher than shoulder width, but not too high. Heaven palm. Okay, we've done it for 5 minutes. Put our hands back. Okay, back to yang hand. You breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. As we breathe out, we do earth palm. Slightly bend at the elbow, tongue at the roof of our mouth. Naturally, my tongue is not at the roof of my mouth because I'm talking. Okay, bend your elbows just a little bit, Glenn. Okay, not straight out like that, but just a little. Okay, natural. Remember, heaven palm is for the head, earth palm is for the left side of the stomach, the spleen, the gallbladder, everything, all those internal organs that are on the left, and the pancreas. Okay, breathe in, you know, we've done the 5, natural breath down. We breathe in on the out breath. Next, we're going to do fire palms, straight out. Remember, this one is for the eyes.
The elbows right here, like,
It can be a slight bend. It might be a little straighter, but just a slight bend. Fire palms for the eyes. Okay, we've done that. And down, breathe in on the out breath. Next, thunder palms. Okay, everybody remember what thunder palms are for? Center of the stomach, right? Center of the stomach. Okay, thunder palms, the 4th palm change. Breathe in on the out breath. Next, we're going to do, trying to see if someone will say, wind. Remember, this is for the first 5 lumbar vertebrae. Okay, we've done that now. Number 6, breathe in, breathe out, water palms. This is for the kidneys, water palms. Come back to our starting position after 5 minutes or however long you're doing it. And now, number 7, called mountain palms, like you're chopping. Straight out. You have to turn your wrist up and bend it. Straighten your arms up more, Kevin. And keep that tension on the wrist. To get those fingertips vertical, you're going to have tension on the wrist.
Don't forget to bend your knees slightly. Right.
A little more. Straight down a little more. Right there. Okay. You want it straight like that. Like you're trying to hit somebody with those. Straighten your arms out more. You're going to have to bend that wrist more.
it's kind of hard to see from the front.
If you're not flexible in your wrist here, it'll show. See how I'm facing?
It's different from the side.
Yeah,
Okay.
go sideways. You don't, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
hitting with that. So the
Yeah, your
palms
back
have to
is
be
good. Your
facing
back is
and they have to be perpendicular.
good for your back. It's tight.
Yeah. Mountain, you'll feel it in your neck. That's what it's for. Okay?
Right for the pull of
Not
your back.
perpendicular.
Does it mean anything if you feel tighter on one
You'll
side of
get-
your back?
Bend your knees. No straight knees.
Hey,
Huh?
does it mean anything if you feel more tightness on one side of your back, like my right side of my back is tighter than my left?
Is you freaky?
Okay,
I know she didn't ask, I know she didn't just walk into that like that.
like I saw that coming.
This, you're probably tighter, you got an imbalance, you're tighter on one side. It's gonna loosen you up, it's gonna stretch you. Bagua twists and puts
Yeah, I need to-
tension on things. But when you stop, you feel so much better. I mean, it's an internal stretching. And, you know,
Feel tight
you
there?
just like, oh, wow, do I feel much better? Okay,
You have computer there?
huh?
No, Kevin,
Okay.
same point. Except for hers here.
Remember, you want the hands to be facing each other like you're clapping,
Trying
and then
Yeah.
thrust out. Perpendicular. Okay, next, you think that's hard. Come back. Now we go into cloud palms. And I can do this a lot. Just going through that, I can do this with not as much tension as before. Raise your fingers higher, Kevin. Not that high. Oh, keep your head. Very nice. And,
Wow, that is actually pretty tough.
yeah,
And how your fingers are, they don't touch each other or
they
what?
touch.
They do touch?
Mhm.
The fingers, I mean, fingers? Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have to if you've got them spread the way that you should.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
come back. Imagine if you do that 5 minutes on each one. Okay. Oh, we got that one is for the right side of the stomach. So we've done the left side, the center,
That's straight
the right,
across the top.
and now this is the easy one. The last two are easy. Bare palms, which is for the general stomach area. Sucking that chi up through the fingers into the stomach. Blowing it back out. Then big sky. Open that chest up. Put the arms back so you feel a little tension between your shoulder blades and neck a little bit. And just envision sucking chi in through the fingertips, through your arms, through your shoulders, into your neck, into your chest and lungs and heart. Don't lean back, just let the arms do it. Okay? Go ahead. Go higher. Like, you know, you want it above your head.
You want it parallel to your head? Like, how far back can you reach? You go,
Don't hurt yourself like he's doing. But you just want to, till you first feel a little tension. And then you want to turn. Then you don't want to do it where it's just relaxed. You want to feel just a touch of tension. Arms above your head. Okay. Stretching. Okay. Palms up. Yeah, rotate them up. Good, great, fantastic, perfect. All right. Those are the 10 palm changes. Start off, do a minute each one for 10 minutes. Or do 30 seconds each one for 5 minutes. Whatever you can do. Okay? You're gonna start off, you're gonna do your basic Qigong here, 2 minutes, then 1 minute, then you're gonna lengthen, go through your stance, then you're gonna go and do these 10. So you're gonna spend, say,
Are there,
8 minutes.
are there any strength building exercises to do sitting down?
Yeah.
I say it's for purpose. I mean, I've had previous back injuries through car accidents and things,
You can do all-
strains and sprains. So I'm noticing the strain, it's helping a little bit, but it's also putting strain on my ankles and my lower back where I've
Mm-hmm.
had to go to physical therapy for.
Okay,
So,
I've had 2 back surgeries, so I know what that is. Make sure you tuck this under.
well,
That
the thing
elbow.
is, when I was doing that, it was okay at first, but then the longer I held it there,
Mhm.
the tighter on the right lower lumbar, it began to tighten up.
You gotta tighten it.
Yeah.
You can do all of these sitting down, especially the bottom one. You can just do them all sitting down. Sit down and do it. That's why I say do it. Okay. Do it for you. Do a minute up. Do 30 seconds down. A minute and a half. Do 30 seconds on these. And you probably should not get that tightening up. And this is just your first time, so it's gonna feel uncomfortable. Or try doing it, do them all sitting in the chair
All right.
to start. Okay? And then progress to standing up. If you feel any real discomfort or pain, stop. Should not be painful at all. None of this should be painful. You can do your basic. Again here. Come up, keep the claw up under here. Keep your head where it's supposed, your tongue at the roof of the mouth. Do it for as long, as you feel comfortable. You can even do it cross-legged the way Kevin is doing there. Okay, or you can just put your feet down. Then when it comes time to end it, and you drop your hands back, I don't know, okay. Here, like I said, you have to do what you can do. I can't put my wrists back. So then just lift.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not supposed to be able to hear me breathe when you do this. Slowly. Okay. And then on the Bhagavad, it's even simpler. You're just here, come down, you do heaven, come down, on the out breath, do earth, come back, breathe, on the out breath, do fire, come down, sit up straight though. I will stop you a little. Make sure you sit up straight, real good posture. Okay? Still only using the stomach. Don't do any of that. And you just do them all sitting down. Or start out standing. If you start to maybe feel some discomfort, have a chair ready and just sit down. When you think you might want to stand up again, stand up. If you think you want to sit down again, sit down. After a while, your bones, like in your ankles, your knees, your shoulders, they'll loosen, they'll strengthen. The chi is going to nourish those areas. Okay? Believe that. The chi, and use your imagination, use your mind. Especially during the Bhagavad, the 10 palm changes. See that chi coming in your feet, running up your arms, going into your shoulders to those various body parts. And then when you breathe it out, see it going out into infinity. That's doing something to your body. Just your imagination doing it. Imagine something coming in, running, your brain doesn't quite know what to do with that. It's firing all along that, whatever you're imagining. The brain is, okay, it's coming in, it's going up the arms now. Okay, it's going down the spine. Okay, it's going down to the gallbladder and the pancreas now. It's going down to the liver now. It's going to cause a little bit quicker, Right? It's producing something. Your imagination, Jews call it kavanah, intent. Chinese call it intent too, but I can't remember what the word is in Chinese right now. But intent, it does something. I can throw a blow with the same power, or think I'm throwing with the same power. But if I have no intent, the blow doesn't do as much damage. Or if I'm looking away, it doesn't do as much damage. If I use the eyes and the power of the mind, that's the perfect conversion of focus and intent. If focus, energy, and power, it's hard if I want to, my eyes closed, just go like that. Okay? But let's say I was fighting someone and their neck was there. And I'm looking at that neck. And now I'm same muscle, same motion, but I'm looking at that neck. I'm focusing, I got ill will toward that neck. More energy is going to go into that neck to do damage than if I just had my eyes closed and was swinging wild. Call that intent. And the eyes direct and concentrate the chi. That's what I say, see that chi coming in, see it going out. See it coming in, see it going out. See it coming in to that, you'll start to get some body awareness as you imagine, that chi is coming down, into your spleen and pancreas. Okay? See it there. And, in those different places. And the intent will begin to make things happen, as well as the posture and the breathing. Do what you can do. Don't do anything more than you can do. If you got, starting off with 30 seconds, a minute up and 30 seconds down, 30 seconds on the other 10, or if it's only for a count of 10. Okay? If you're just doing it 10 seconds, this week you do 10 seconds, next week maybe you do 15 seconds, and so on. And just take it slow. If you feel any discomfort or pain, stop. Sit down. Maybe, if it really begins to bother you, don't even do it sitting down. Especially if you think you're getting short of breath or something. So listen to your body, and because you're focusing on your body, you're going to start to develop some body awareness. This will make you more aware and more sensitive on things. We were speaking with someone today about a certain technique of body breathing, and I asked him, I said, are you still doing that? And he said, yeah, and I said, well, how did you train yourself to become more sensitive? And he said, he started off by putting like a pot of water on the stove and steaming, and then closing his eyes and moving toward the pot. And when he sensed the steam, and he got so he could feel the steam further and further back. Or the refrigerator, opening up the refrigerator or freezer, and when does he feel cold? And after a while, the sensitivity grew. And so he developed a spiritual sensitivity as well as a physical one, to where he could sense different spiritual entities, because he began to train his body to sense subtle and subtler changes in the environment. So, this is going to increase your sensitivity, not only physically, but spiritually and mentally. if you do it. Remember the times, the best times are just before sunrise, sundown, midnight, and midday. If you wanted to really, if you're really focusing on, you would do it at those 4 times. Or you just do it whenever you can. Okay? So those Qigongs, the basic Qigong and the basic Qigong for Bagua, the basic Qigong for Tai Chi and the basic Qigong for Bagua. You need to start practicing those. Those palm changes that we did, when you walk the Bagua circle, you're going to hold your hands in those changes. Okay? Yeah.
Has everyone seen Baga before? You might want to show them what it looks like, or?
Well, we'll get there. I'm going to do some things with that.
Okay,
You know, I already told them you're in the circle.
okay.
Okay? Now, let's stand. Now, in traditional Bagua, they draw a circle and they walk around the circle. But in case you don't have a circle, I'm going to teach you a way you can still walk a circle without having a circle drawn. And we're going to be in it in about 15, 20 minutes. I don't know if we'll get to all of it. The first thing that I want you to do is put your heels together. We're going to start by doing something called chicken walk. Chicken walk. Okay? And what you're going to bend your knees slightly. And I want you to raise your right leg and extend your right hand like this. Okay? And then do the same thing on your left. No, oh, this way, the chicken walk. And try not to fall. Just raise it up high enough to your ankle or calf. No higher than you can. Here, balance. Here, balance. Now it's hard for me to do because when I had the back surgery, they disconnected some nerves back here in my lower back. So it's harder for me to fire those muscles down there to stay balanced on my right. Okay, not that high, just, okay, right, left, pause, right, pause, left, pause, right, pause, left, pause, right, pause, left, pause, just hands. Pull them up like a little ladder or something. But keep stepping on it, the toe will be off balance. If you do this, here, here, nowhere, I did the same thing. Here, no higher than the calf or at the ankle. You just want to get that foot off the ground and make sure you're balanced. Looking straight ahead. Get so, see, I'm better on my left. I hardly wobble at all on my left. Look, see, there we go. So you want to practice that about 10 times, 5 on each foot or 10 on each foot. Now, we did same leg, same arm. This time, let's do alternate. Right leg, left arm. Okay? It's kind of easier. Okay? Now, this is called chicken walk. You ever notice that when a chicken walks, it like that? Mm-hmm. It balances on one leg and takes its time putting it down. Okay? So that's chicken walking. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay? Now, see what I tell myself to do, I can't do it. Okay. Here. Okay? I'm still falling off balance. You know, as you get better, pause. That'll strengthen your ankles too in time. Then when you know, you stand there like Kevin, great. Okay, now, that's the basics of chicken walking. Now, I want you to stay with your feet straight ahead, bend your knees. I want you to put your left foot out, right there, and put your weight on most of your weight on, like you're sitting down almost, not leaning back, but just sitting down and keeping this leg almost straight and slightly bent. But the weight is on the back leg. Okay? Don't lean to the side. Let me show it to you again. Here, just put the leg out naturally. Don't overextend it. And bend that knee. And sit down. Tuck that sacrum under again. Okay? Pretty good. The leg's going to get tired quick. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay? Do the same thing with your right. You know, just naturally. And sit back on that leg. Your shoulders are still straight up. Okay? Here, like that. Better on the right, but my right leg is stronger. This will build up your knees. Okay? And that's the stance. Here, you simply, right there. And then make it a little tougher. You can extend that leg a little further. Okay? See how I'm sitting? When I put that, I sit down in this foot like it's turned just a little bit that way, at an angle about 22 degrees. If you want to challenge yourself, extend it a little further. Take more weight off the front, put it on the back. Okay? Now, this is, you know, a little bit of body conditioning, strengthen your legs. Chicken walking will get your balance. Now, for some reason, I can do it because I'm not thinking about it. Okay, I'm just doing it. I was thinking about it too long. Instead of just doing it. Okay. After a while, your body will take over. Now, the feet are kind of, you can say bozo feet. Then extend that leg just a little. Sit back. Your left leg is forward. Put your left arm out, like this. Take your right arm, touch your left elbow with your fingers. You're going to, as you come in, breathe in, breathe out. Let me show you the stance. Let's get bozo feet right here. This is hard on your knees. Okay? And what you do, you leave this just slightly bent. Extend your left leg naturally. Okay? And you've got most of the weight on your right leg. To challenge yourself more, extend it a little more. Ooh, that hurts. Okay. Same on the left. That your rear foot will be like at a 22.5 degree angle. Okay, there you go. Okay, don't cut it off. Make it natural. Shoulder width. Shoulder width. You should be able to do that. And put it in. Okay. If you have to, use a chair.
No, I gotta stop.
Okay. But when you're at home, when you're doing that, like if you're, just put the chair over here and take some of the weight off this leg. Okay? You will come for your first day, the hardest class we've had. The other class has just been fun and easy. Now, now we're making it a little bit difficult. So the first day you come, you go, I didn't want to come for a drill class. It's a drill sergeant, he's making me do stuff. I feel like I'm in the 7th grade at gym again. And Mary Beth, that little, everybody's got somebody that tormented them during gym class, it seems like, growing up in life. But, okay. Let's take a break. Let me show you what you adopt that stance. Hand, palm facing out. This hand touches this elbow. Breathe in, breathe out. A little, you can do the sitting down. Come on. Just like this. Just put your feet down. Unless you feel nauseous. If you feel nauseous, just sit down. I'm sorry. If you feel the nauseous or dizzy, just
Yeah.
chill.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah, just stay there.
Just stay there.
You can do
I'm
the
sorry.
breathing and the arm work if you'd like, but
The-
don't have to
If you
stand.
feel lightheaded or nauseous, just breathe. That always stops me from throwing up. Okay. But here, you gather in the chi, breathing in, let it go. Breathe out. This is called like a silk, Chinese call it a silk wheeling exercise. You ever seen those old people, they're spinning silk or yarn, and they got that big spinning wheel, and they're spinning it, silk wheeling. Okay? Now, once you get that motion, make sure you touch this elbow like so.
Inside the arm, like the bone thing,
Just on the side.
bony people get.
Not up under here. Just
Okay.
Skinny people.
right here.
Skinny people, I put my bone on the outside bone.
Right here. Just look right here.
Okay.
Okay? And just a little bit above your head, drop it and curl. Now, to make it a little easier, while you're doing this, when you go out, rock forward, back, forward. Don't bend at the waist. Rock forward, back, forward, back. That'll be a little easier. You say 10 on each side, or 30 seconds on each side, or a minute. Start off and challenge yourself. Hold the stance, and just do, say, 10. Or whatever time. Either count to 10. This is good for the shoulders. It's working this shoulder too. Because notice if I can't see it. As I do this, if I'm touching my elbow, this arm has to move too. It makes it smaller. Let me show you here. Okay, notice I'm just standing in one position. This is really hard. Now I'm rocking forward. I can do that longer because I'm taking the weight off. I'm distributing my weight, so you can do that longer if you're rocking forward. Okay, so do it standing in place, and then do it rocking forward. Breathing in on the comeback, gathering in the chi, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. This will condition your knees, your quadriceps, and your ankles. Start off Very, very light. Start off in the chair, just going like this. Main things that we okay. Now, once you kind of have that, you have the stand style, do a shuffle. Breathe in. Okay, do a shuffle. Here. Okay. So you have 7. Okay, we have the standing in place chicken step. 1, that's one exercise. You can do it just like this. Same arm, same leg. Okay, alternate. No higher than the calf, or you can just barely take the foot off the floor. Touch your ankle, touch your big toe to your ankle. That's all you have to do. Big toe to the ankle. If you want to touch the calf, you can. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we have standing in place, and that stands, silk wheeling. We have rocking forward. There's 3. Okay. Then we have the shuffle. 4. There's 2 more, but I'll show that to you next week. Okay. All right, let's try this, and my alarm will go off shortly. But I promise to show you a barbell circle. You're going to be disappointed. No, come on. All right. Stand with your feet together. Okay. What you're going to do, we're going to do a circle. We're going to just natural right here, where your leg, don't reach way out here. Just where your leg goes here, but you're going to hook it. Okay, 90 degrees.
Isn't that gonna rotate the pelvic, the hip rotator?
It's going to rotate the hip. It's going to open up the sacrum. This is sacral, what do they call it? Sacral cranial therapy. Here, you rotate. All right, put your weight on it. Chicken step, back. Okay, 1 step. Hook, put your weight on it. Chicken step, back. Okay, that's 2. Put your weight on it. Feel that twist. Put your weight on it here. Chicken step, back. Put your weight on it. Chicken step, down. Okay. 4 step, dog circle.
Very good.
Okay, let's do it again. Okay, put your foot out, hook it. I want it all the way there. Okay, now lean into it. You can go back, play with it. Here, then that chicken step and down. Here, hook it, chicken step, down. Hook it. You're more flexible than me. I don't know. You might just be more flexible. Yeah? Okay. Here and down. I'm falling off balance because I haven't done this in so long. Okay. Hook it. chicken step, down. You don't have to chicken step if you don't want to. From here, as long as you just slide it over.
Okay,
Eventually you want to get that balance in there.
okay.
So 4 times will get you back. Okay, now, that's a 4-step circle. Okay, that's a 4-step circle. Let's do it once or twice on the left. Okay, hook it, make sure you do both sides. Down. Hook it. Down. Hook it. Shift your weight on it. Down. I don't fall off balance on the left. Very sensitive shoulder. Hook it. Down. Okay. One more time. Does anybody feel knots in the back right here? Beginning to loosen up at all?
Loosen up.
Nobody feels like it. It feels great to me. Okay? Hook it. Chicken step. Yeah. Hook it. You gotta step out. You're not stepping. Let me watch you next time. Okay. Stand in front of me. I can see you're gonna the other way. Face that way. Okay. Step out, hook it. You're stepping too far out. You're stepping out that way. Don't step out. Just straight out and hook. Yeah. Chicken step. Yeah. Hook it. Chicken step. Yeah. Hook it. Chicken step. Yeah. I know this seems silly, but it's preparation for something else. And basically, the way you can do that, you can just put it like that and turn it. Yeah, right there. Your arm will flex. Yeah, and then come around, right. First, before you do it, just to make sure, just put the heel out and do it this way. Put the heel out, hook it, and turn. Heel, hook, okay. Okay, now, that opens the gate back here. That's in the sacrum. This time, with the right foot, you're going to put it out. You're going to hook it the other way. That closes.
No.
Okay? Lean into it. Ooh, that feels good. Look at put the heel there. Turn it. Down. Put the heel out. Hook it. Change the weight. Stretch it. Ooh, just feel it. Stretch it. Rock back and forth. Ooh. Oh. Yeah.
Stay there and work it.
Put the heel out.
Feel anything.
Hook it. I got mine. You got to get yours. I got mine. Okay. Now you want to do it on the other side. Ooh. See, that's good for me. Is it good for you?
Where are we supposed to be feeling this?
Huh?
Where are we supposed to be feeling
Where?
That's
We're just so flexible.
that's not what you want to hear.
I don't know you that well. I don't know you that well.
it? In the lower lumbaris,
Right, the lower lumbar and the sacrum.
like right in here.
So you're flexible.
You
So
feel it
you don't
there.
feel as much.
You'll feel it here in the ball socket,
Oh, good.
and you'll feel it in the sacrum. Okay, let's do the left. Put the heel out. Hook it on the outside. See, my left is flexing. Now I don't feel it on the left because it's not as stiff. This is the side with the surgery.
Straight, and you just
Okay.
really turn into
Put the weight on it. Come around. Down. Put the heel
I'm
out.
having a hard time with,
Hmm?
like, okay, when I'm
It's tightening up on me, it's like right there,
Like you're getting a cramp?
it's like right here,
Yeah,
right through here,
that's what I'm feeling.
and.
What does it feel like?
Painful.
Is it pain or is it like a little knot,
Like a knot,
like a knot?
not a knot.
Okay.
Yeah, it was painful before, it was
Okay.
pain before,
Today, you mean?
well, we've
Yeah.
been doing this.
Uh-huh.
And then when I sat down and took some time off, the pain subsided, so now it was like a knot.
Okay.
But the thing is though, through the physical therapy I've had before, we had to do stretches and things to work out that knot
Mhm.
and work through the pain, but as far as like, there's a different level of pain you can work through without it being, I mean, if it's a
Listen,
sharp
I
pain,
know
if it's
this.
a sharp pain, then you don't do nothing.
Listen to your body.
Right.
See, there's a difference between pain, a knot, and working through a knot to kind of stretch it out.
Mhm.
If it's like, you know, like a
Yeah.
sharp pain, no.
Right.
No.
Right.
And sometimes
That's what it was earlier, so that's why I stopped.
your body's loosening up.
Yeah, just
Do what you
real
can-
gentle, just take, you know.
Do what you can do.
Your body tell you what to
Don't
do.
do any more than what you can do comfortably. Rest, try it again. Some days will be better than others.
Listen to your body.
You know, I'm a grandmaster. I used to do a lot of fighting. One night I went to train and we were working on leg kicks. Every time I kicked the guy's leg, I got, my back went out on me. I got like someone stabbed me in the back. I don't know why. I had loosened up, I had warmed up perfectly. But every time I would tap his leg, yeet. I said, that's it.
Remember Tybo?
Yeah.
Who did the Tybo?
I had a video long.
Yeah, I know.
Billy Blanks.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
really
you.
good.
And I first started to work out with him on the video and stuff like that. And the roundhouse kick is what he was trying to teach us. And I just did not do it well
You weren't
at all
supposed to
because
try
I messed myself up so bad.
Oh, no.
I
Almost,
didn't have to go to the chiropractor.
Sure.
I almost fought him in the tournament.
Yeah.
He's a
What's the
specimen.
key to the roundhouse kick?
Hmm?
What's the key to the roundhouse kick?
I don't know
What's
what
the
you-
key to the roundhouse kick?
Yeah.
The key?
I don't know what the key.
Well, and like when you're going
You just.
to, but when you're doing that, you put your head around first and the body follows, the legs follow, right?
No. You
Yeah,
have
you're
to
not
stay.
gonna see where you're going.
No, that's what, you don't put it around. It stays focused. It doesn't go around. Here and right here. Boom. It doesn't turn around. It stays straight.
Roundhouse.
You don't believe me.
Well, I'm
Tybo,
confused.
maybe he may change something to Tybo. I don't know.
Because I know on the Tybo he was like,
You have a conference
the way
call
he
to
did
do.
that, you know, he
Okay.
spun his head around, then his leg went around after his head went around.
Check him out. I had his video
Yeah.
too.
Huh?
I had his video about 20 years ago.
All I know is, I worked at it. I tried to, when working out and stuff,
Yeah.
and I just messed my back up.
Just in case you don't believe me,
I thought I don't believe me. I'm just
He just wants
I
to
was
show.
an excellent kicker in my day.
That was Vince.
wow.
Now I can't do that now, and I don't
That was
try.
Vince. That's him.
But I was
Wow.
I was a
Teenager.
kicking specialist.
What old were you there?
Huh.
19, 18? How old were you? 18.
Wow. Nice.
Okay. So if I tell you how to throw a kick, I know what I'm talking about.
Let me see the picture. We gotta put it in the camera.
You know, I'm
People
not, I'm not
watching
putting it in the camera.
Can you give me the picture? Give me the
I don't
picture.
know, he'll kick butt.
Give me the picture. Put it in the
That's fine.
camera. Look, that's perfect.
Back.
That's it.
I just
Yep.
want folks to know if I tell you how to do something, I
That
know what
was
I'm talking
good.
about.
Thanks. Okay.
Down, up.
I've been doing,
That's good.
I've been
That's
doing
good.
this,
Thanks.
I was doing this even when I had hair, so that tells you I've been doing it a long time.
I didn't doubt you. I did not
Okay.
doubt you, but I was confused.
You were looking at me, I said, I don't think you believe
I
me.
was just confused.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the picture you're trying to remember.
Anyway, okay. Now, we did a 4-step turn. We went outside and inside. Now we're going to do an 8-step turn. Okay? The way you do the 8-step turn, okay, you put it out, you hook it, but when you come up, you step here. It's like 2 steps
Oh, yeah.
instead of 1. All right? You put it out, hook it, okay? Put it out, hook it. See, I'm turning it more, more loosening up. But when you turn, you step. Okay, last one. Hook. And I just do that, that's 8. And you do the same with on the outside. Here, 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 here. Okay. Okay. See the circle begin to take shape? And the way you make the circle bigger is first we were doing 90 degrees in a 2-step. You do a 22.5 degree with your foot. About like that. Then you here, 1. Okay? This is straight. Okay? 22.5 degrees, not 45, but about 22. Okay? You can do 45 like that, and you'll do a small, I'll do 45 for a smaller circle. 45, and then when I step, I'm stepping straight. 45, straight. 45, straight. See, I'm in a circle. 45,
Yes.
straight. 45, straight.
You're supposed to do this all while doing all
All the palm changes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay, I do.
Oh, I want to see
This
this.
is the easy. Okay. You're gonna from here. Okay. 45, and I'm looking this way the whole time. That's why it's cranial sacrum third. And I'm twisted. I'm looking because I'm walking a circle. So I'm focusing on the center of the circle. Okay? So as I'm here, see I'm straight, 45, straight, looking to the center all the time. 45, straight. 45, straight. In other words, if this was my center, this is my opponent. Never take my eyes off. 45, straight. Step over too far. 45, straight. Number 3 pump. 45, straight. 45, straight. 45, straight. But if you want a bigger circle, do 22.5. Depending on how much room. You can do a 45-degree angle or a 22.5. Then if I want to go the other way, and you're still using the right leg, I'm still doing it, but this time I'm turning it in. Okay? Balance as well as that practices. And you see, by constantly using the same angle on the lead foot, you'll do a circle. Either 45 degrees. Can you imagine trying to do this one?
Oh,
Round circle. See how twisted my body has to be? My whole spine is going like a spiral staircase. Stand up and try.
no.
No.
Just put your hands like this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Andy?
Step 45.
I'm thinking about this a therapist exercise I know to do when I go home.
Step straight down. You feel your spine?
Didn't feel it before, but I feel it now.
Okay? Bhagwa works on this. Remember I told you Bhagwa works on the central nervous system. You know, then you gotta do it coming back around. You just don't do it going this way all day. Then you gotta come back this way, because you gotta unwrap the spine and twist it the other way. But it stretches. When you get through, you feel great.
It's her 45-degree angle.
Don't worry about it. You're thinking too hard. I wasn't gonna have you do the palm. I just want you to do, the only palm movement change I would have you do now is the last two. And I wouldn't even worry about it now. This one or this one, because these are easy. Yeah. And going back. And then, really, to change, you're supposed to walk here. We'll pick up
Mr.
on
Miyagi did that in
that.
the Karate Kid.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Karate Kid 2, I believe.
Yeah.
No, the Karate Kid one with what's her name? Hilary Swank. And she went to the monks. They did that.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
Bhagwan. And so, we're gonna end there. I've got to do a broadcast in 15 minutes. But that's Bhagwan. That's just the beginning. You start off with that 4-step, get you loose, get you conditioned, then do the 8-step one. Then you can start doing the 45-degree or 22 and walk the circle. Or when you're really ambitious, you draw a circle out on the floor and you just follow it. But we'll get better at it. Next week we'll run through the form, the fun stuff.
I can see what you're talking about, Lindsay. I can see it in my
Mhm.
mind. I can see the form and I can see what you're referring to.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it, how it's going to look.
If you don't focus when you're doing Bhagwan, you'll fall down. You've gotta stay really mentally focused, because this whole time, I just gave you some of the basics. You never have any weight on the lead foot in Bhagwan. Matter of fact, we call it mud stepping, and I'm not gonna show you that for a while. When you step, you slide. You step, and you slide, like you're slipping in mud. Okay? You slide.
So you always have contact. Each foot is on the ground, contact?
Huh?
You always have contact with each foot on the
Yeah.
ground? Yeah.
Well, you might,
Mess with them a little bit?
no, you pick it up, but it generally
Okay.
stays and slides.
All right.
Good.
You have to go.
And-
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for
See you
See you next
Thank
week.
you very much.
Right.
Yes, you too.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good week.
Are we done?
Yeah, you got a workout today.
Want
Yeah.
to end it?
That's it, guys. We're toast.